Chris, what's up with you, man? How's the rest of your day going?
It's been good. It's busy. I've been needing a nap, but after this, I'll take a nap. That's good though. It's all good.
You guys are live.
We are live.
Fernando, take us in.
Yes.
Cool.
Welcome everybody welcome to another Real, Raw, Unblinded Sales Roleplay. Today it is the Battle of the Influencers. So we have Jason Stone, known as the Millionaire Mentor, with 5.4 million followers on social media. And we have Torrillo, who is the humble leader of a giant organization. I'll let him tell the numbers, in which under 2.5 years, he went from being in the hospitality industry to traveling to over 17 different countries and building teams of thousands. And I'm excited to have him go head to head on this role play. So Sean, what's up with you, sir?
What's present for me is there's folks in the house that are creating a lot of success in the world, and we are here to crush fear and distortion, which also includes disrupting knowingness. I'm sensing there could be some of that afoot. So I'm pretty excited for what's about to go down on this real, raw role play. So that's what I'm feeling and saying. So Chris, what's up?
5D listening is in full effect.
Yeah. So
I like the real and the raw. It's good. I've been
Yeah.
good. Been good. The call earlier today was definitely, was blessed. I've been excited, honestly, for this call. I was more excited for this call. I was like, sweating. I'm like, oh shit, this is going down. So definitely excited. And more importantly, guys, I appreciate just the platform, the stage. And I'm excited, like what you want Jason and I do. We're going to fucking battle it out or what?
Yeah. So here's what the story is. Chris, just share a little bit of your background, if you don't mind. Fernando, David. So if you were interested in people quickly identifying and understanding why you're real in the space of business and network marketing, what would be the things that you would share that would pop for them?
My personal experience, my journey, to be honest with you. One of the things is people don't realize is, a lot of people look at you where you're at, but they forget to where you got started, and that's when I said earlier on the call, when I met Wayne Corbett, it's never where you start, it's where you finish up at. But so many people now, they see huge influencers like Jason Stone, for example, and they think it was just like given. Jason, built his business, the hard way, just like us. We've all gone through our own journey. So to me is, if people can identify with me is I can only be real. I can't, be some fake facade. I'm just straight up, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a lot to say. Fernando, what do you think I'm thinking right now? Read my mind.
What do I think you're thinking right now?
From what Chris just shared.
I was not fully 5D listening, so I will default back to you.
Jay Levine, what do you think I'm thinking from what Chris just shared? Were you listening?
I was listening.
What do you think?
Well, I can tell you what I would have thought you were thinking is this is the true definition of influencers influencing influencers when I look at the lineup that we have right here.
Yeah. But how about from what Chris shared of his unique identity? What do you think I was thinking?
Sean, I don't know what you're thinking. I know what I'm thinking all the time, but I can't tell what you're thinking.
How about this? I'm going to sell as though I'm Chris, way better than Chris sells as Chris before this is over. And I'm going to unlock a complete another level of his mastery because he is a drop the mic rock star. And his story is absolutely incredible. And we're going to put the pieces together in sequence and demonstrate truly the power of the formula. Like that's what's coming. Like that's what's present for me. Drop the mic rock star. And here's Chris. I want you to open. You were an athlete at Florida State, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you were coached at Florida State, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so people were out there doing incredible things. And you were, what'd you run the 40 in?
4.39.
Right. So you were blazing fast, right? Like anybody that doesn't understand it, sub 4.4 is just preposterous speed. You had every single thing you needed to be an incredible football player at Florida State, right? So what in the world did you ever need coaching for? Like, why did you ever need coaching at Florida State? Tell me.
For one, Sean, I was undeveloped. I didn't play high school football. So yes, I had this skill set, the talent, but it was undeveloped. And, I knew when I walked on there, my mindset going in was, I need the team. Team doesn't need me. They have no idea who I am. So I had to make an impact like very fast. And one of the first things that impacted was my speed, yes. The second was, we did this tackling drill. I knew I had to hit this fucking guy, I'm gonna say it that way. I had to like light him up just to let the coaches look like, okay, who's this guy?
You had to create hierarchical primacy. Hierarchical primacy means that you knew that amongst a group of dudes, right, in a Zeus energy on a football field, that whoever hit somebody the hardest in that situation or took the hardest hit and bounced back fastest would all of a sudden create a paradigm shift in how your identity was perceived by the coaches and the other players. Is that what I'm hearing you say, Chris?
Facts.
Yeah.
I remember like yesterday, like, oh shit, 2-3, 2-3.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And you want to know what the real raw role play is?
Good.
It's a tackling drill to create hierarchical primacy.
Okay,
The real raw role play is a tackling drill to create hierarchical primacy, to create partnership, to create acceleration, respect, and understanding between people. Because everybody says, like, yeah, I can hit hard, man, I'm fast, right? And then you line it up, right? And coach one goes, hey, I got Chris on the right. I got Chris. And the other coach goes, no, I got Jason, right? And that's what this is all about. Creating hierarchical primacy. And why it matters to everybody is this. Because once you achieve the top 1% in income, right? You're making $400,000 a year. You hear people talk about being the top percent. We have math understanding challenges, I think, in our dynamics as business people at times. If you're in the top 0.1%, you're making 1.7 million. And all you did is get microscopically better. When you're in the 50th percentile, you're making about 50 grand, the 90th about 100. So you moved 40% and only moved up $50,000. You moved 0.1% and moved up 4x or $1.3 million. One more 0.9, like you're in the space of 9.99. Now you're making 7.8 million. You're making 20 times with another micro distinction. And Chris, you understand these dynamics, my friend.
Yeah.
Because the difference between being a starter at Florida State and being a starter in the NFL, which to the naked observer, the eye, if we saw some dude in the gym, we saw you and one of your teammates in the gym, and then we saw Darrelle Revis. They look pretty similar in the gym. Would you agree?
Of course.
Yeah. They look pretty similar running the 40. Hell, I think you ran a faster 40 time than Darrelle Revis, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, right? And so, and I'm saying this with love and respect, right? And look at me. I was the number 9 hitter Division I in America my junior year, 31 games in. I have USA Today clipping. It's about 467, number 9 hitter Division I in America, all right?
Wow.
And with my eyes, I ended up not getting drafted, but pretend I was fine. Better yet, my teammate at Columbia, Ken Cavazzoni, was the Ivy League Triple Crown winner when I was a freshman. He was a sophomore, 2 years before.
Wow.
So he gets drafted, and he's a great player, won the Ivy League Triple Crown, right? He goes and he becomes a double-A player at the Cincinnati Reds. Incredible baseball player. And the most money he ever made playing baseball was about $25,000 in a year. Doug Glanville, who looked like the same kind of player, played for UPenn when we were at Columbia, and he became a major league all-star.
Yeah.
And he made millions of dollars playing baseball. And in the gym, on the track, everywhere, they looked almost the same. But the slight differentials led to exponentially different results. And that is what we're here to do in Unblinded in the formula, is to create a higher scalable and transferable model of creating a higher quantity of sales meetings and yeses. Does that make sense, Chris?
Gotcha. Of course.
And what I want you and Jason to do today, because I have all the respect in the world for everything you're doing in the world,
Thanks.
is I want you to challenge me with anything like we're on the athletic field.
Okay.
Hit me with a question,
Right.
hit me with you're full of shit, hit me with I don't believe, right? Like hit me with anything you want from any direction.
Okay.
To help like establish like the truth of like not, and I mean like in a real way, not like, oh dude, like, I'm faster. Just like for real, like what is this? What is that? Because I want to unlock things that we could do together today. And that's the purpose of this Real Raw. And what everybody is watching right now is how you communicate with super successful people, highly engaged in their Zeus energy. Because anybody's watched the Real Raw before, I've showed up very differently in each of these. Fernando, true or not? Jay Levine, forget Fernando, true or not true?
Fernando, hold on. True, very true. Very different energy in the last one. It was much more goddess from you. I'm feeling a lot of Zeus right now.
Yeah, because you have to match and mirror the energy of the people that you're connecting with. And what we're doing is like building a relationship, at least in my mind, and I'm demonstrating to everybody else what's happening. And this is what it looks and sounds like in a highly Zeused up, successful energy, athletic background, driven people, 5.4 million subscriber person, you know, super athlete, creating unbelievable things. This is what it feels like, looks like, sounds like in a compressed time period, right? So Jason, what's present for you?
Did you say what's present for me?
Yeah, what's present for you?
I'm liking the analogy of pretending you're on the track, pumped up for sure, and get Zeus energy flowing.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So Fernando, let's just introduce our judges real quick, and then let's drop in.
All right, awesome.
Give us the 10-second intro for each judge.
Our 10-second intro, we have Jay Levine, who is an amazing father, leader within the Unblinded movement, and owner of 193 Real Estate here in New Jersey, also known as Wally. We continue with Tony from Get Up and Grow. He is a trainer in the world of the Tony Robbins ecosystem. He has a podcast that shoots about one video a day called Get Up and Grow, and he's also, you know, a beloved leader and member of our ecosystem. And lastly,
Tony, what's up, brother? Tony, what's up?
Hey, brother, good to be here. I was worried that I was missing it because it was a few minutes after 3, and I'm like, oh boy, what am I doing wrong here? But glad to be here. Happy to be here, guys.
Awesome.
Here.
And who we got, Fernando?
And lastly, we have Tiffany Armstrong, who is a dear friend of both Sean Eyes and the movement. She has accelerated leaps and bounds from beginning mastery, and she's in the world supporting a large group of people. And I'm super excited to have Jay, Tony, and Tiffany Armstrong here with us today.
Tiffany, what's up? How are you?
Hey, what's up? I am amazing and super excited. I am feeling the Zeus energy and I am trying to match it. Thank you.
That's awesome. Tiffany calling in from Arizona, was on her way to being an Olympic swimmer at one point, by the way, dropped the mic. And Tiffany had later in life an accident and a couple of things happened and she lost her sight. So Tiffany, like me, is blind and she's an absolute straight up rock star. So Fernando, you want to, what's present for you as we get ready?
I feel like butterflies. I'm wiggling my toes like a chubby 8-year-old boy, and I'm just so pumped and excited to disrupt knowingness, to throw thunderbolts. I would curse, but we both committed not to. So let Coach Lazak out. Let's punch somebody in the face, and let's have some fun and disrupt knowingness. That is what I am present to.
All right. So Chris, I got it. Since Jason has 5.4 million subscribers, you are you're the away team. So I got a number under the desk. It's either
I'm blue team.
You're blue team. So I got a number one.
You know how savage the blue team is.
So what are you gonna guess? A coin toss is 1 or 2. What number do you say?
2.
Number 1, right?
Okay.
So that means Jason wins the toss. And he gets to elect to go first or second in round 1. Now, Jason, if you pick to go second in round 1, right, then Chris is gonna have the choice in round 2. If you elect to go first, then you'll keep the option in round 2. So do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay, awesome. So then Jason will retain the choice in the second half. So what we're doing here is we're dividing this into two sections. The first section of what we're doing is we're creating the ability to build emotional rapport, whatever that means to you, to open up the listening of the other person, to create connection, discover their pain, because ultimately what this sale and conversation is going to be with Fernando is recruiting Fernando into your business. Like that's what's happening. So step 1 is to open up listening, identify pain. The second round is where you convey your unique identity into solving his pain and move into agreement formation, objection handling. Each round is, we're gonna go today. What time is that, Fernando? Quick time check.
We are at 3:20.
Okay. We're going to go today round one. Round one is going to be 3 minutes. I'm considering expanding around 2 to 4 minutes so we can get to some agreement, formation, objection handling. But round one is building rapport, however you do it, whatever you want to do. And what the grading system is on in this round is how deep the connection is, how much Fernando feels heard, and how much he sees his future in you. So the real litmus test is how much does Fernando see his future in you? Each of the judges will be creating a score. And for the people playing at home, let's give some positive things for what you're seeing and hearing from everybody in the chat. Let's like make that rock and roll. And Fernando, take it away, brother.
All right, so Jason, as of this second, we do not know each other. We have 3 minutes. You are going to be calling me. We met at an event out in Miami, and you are calling me, and you're going to build rapport in 3 minutes. Ready, go.
Hold on 1 second. Let me I'm bringing up my 1 second. Okay. All right. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, is this Fernando?
Yes. May I ask
Fernando.
who's speaking?
Yes, this is Jason Stone. Do you remember meeting me at the convention last week?
Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Dude, thank you so much for calling. I didn't think you'd actually follow up.
Yeah, I'm just calling to touch base, see how you're doing.
Yeah, dude, listen, I'm doing well. It's been a little bit since the convention, and I'm just super eager to be connecting. Listen, I have my mom waiting outside. It kills me to have to, be quick, but I got about 3 minutes. What's on your mind?
Listen, that's perfect because we only have a few minutes here as well. I just wanted to get to know you a little bit. Where are you from?
Where do I live, or where's my family from?
Yeah, where are you from?
So my family is from Colombia, and we migrated here as a family in 1986, and I was born in 91. So Colombia would be the answer.
Colombia. I was just in Colombia a couple of years ago. I love the city.
Nice.
The country.
Where'd you go? Yeah.
We're in Medellin.
Oh, dude, I've never been, but yes, I've heard Medellin is beautiful.
Yeah, Medellin is one of the beautiful cities in Colombia. So, what do you? I'm trying to use the formula here. So what do you do?
I'm currently growing an organization known as Unblinded, in which we are positively disrupting the world of sales.
Awesome. Because we're actually in the sales industry myself.
Right on. In what capacity?
So I'm in a business. It's in the information product world. We sell information online through online academies.
Understood, dude. Super, super interesting. And how long have you been doing that?
The business has been around for 6 years, and I've been doing it for the last 5 years approximately. And we've done over $15 million in information product sales.
That is insane, brother. Well, listen, I got about like 60 more seconds. I just don't want to keep my mom waiting. Is there anything else I can answer for you?
Yeah, so I would love to give you a presentation. You have time to look at a presentation? Maybe we can get some time?
Totally. Obviously you have my number. Are you going to send it to me and then I watch it and call you back, or what does that look like?
Yeah. Do you have time tomorrow at a certain time that we can link back up after you get done watching the presentation?
Yeah, I think 4:30 is perfect tomorrow.
Perfect. I'm going to text you the presentation, and we'll reach back out at 4:30 and see what you like best about it.
You got it. Thank you, Mr. Stone.
This is Stone, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was so much
15
harder under pressure. I could do that way better.
I know, the fuck.
I'm like, oh my God, I cannot do this role playing.
Listen, Jason, do I have permission to share a little coaching, a couple of thoughts? I want to like.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, listen, dude, you're awesome. Your story is sick, right? It's just straight up sick. When you drop 5.4 million and 15 million, right, in the right way in sequencing, that just like is unmatchable. So we're going to cover that in the second part of things. For now, what I want to check in on is, Fernando, for real, and even the chat, at what number would, and this is in service of people that can impact people. I mean, Jason's got 5.4 million people. Dude can create like an army that can take over a country, right? So it's unbelievable, right? So Fernando, what would you say, actually chat, at what number do you think Fernando would, like, if they didn't know each other, would see his future in Jason based on that interaction. Scale 1 to 10. 10 is like he's gonna like break out of prison to attach himself to Jason. A 5 is like and a 0 is he is running the other way and will never communicate with Jason again. He's gonna make sure that nobody else does. Like, what's the number that you go with that? And please drop it in and say what you did well, because I think so Fernando, what do you got in terms of a number, scale 1 to 10? Being honest, real, raw. What's your number?
Yeah, so in the chat, we have an average of about a 5. I would go based on our scale. I would go with a 4.
Okay, cool. And judges have your numbers independently. Jason, before this real raw is over, with certainty, we're gonna take that into 9s every time. And I'm gonna explain the distinctions, but I wanna let Chris go first, and then we'll hit the distinctions on both ends, and then I'll pick it up and give an example. So Chris, Fernando, take it away, Fernando.
All right.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hey, hello?
Hey, this is Fernando.
Yes, and who is speaking?
Christopher Torrillo. We spoke last week. I don't know if you remember at an event.
Yes. Hey, man. Thank you so much for following up. What's happening?
Not great, man. Listen, I know we've been back and forth playing phone tag. I just want to know if you have about 30 seconds of your time right now.
Listen, I have more than 30 seconds. I have about 230 seconds. I got about 3 minutes.
Perfect. Listen, I know we're from the same area, and the company that I'm a part of, we're actually launching something, a special project. I want to know if you'd be interested.
Yeah, well, can you share a little bit with me exactly what that project looks like?
Well, I really can't right now. Honestly, Fernando, I'm getting ready to go into a meeting, but I really wanted to reach out to you. And I was wondering, are you available tomorrow about 8 o'clock, between 8 and 9 o'clock tomorrow?
I can try. I'm not 100% certain. Is there another time that works?
Let me check my schedule. I can do between 11:30 and 1. Would that work for you?
Yes. Let's lock in 12. I will make that work.
Perfect. Listen, I will have my assistant send over you the link of information, and I look forward to you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Take care.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Torrillo.
You got it.
All right, Christopher Torrillo, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All right, so let's hit some scores in the chat on how much Fernando will be seeing his future in that exchange, right? So awesome. And as that's occurring, and also what went well and what you might see as an access point. So let's start with Tony Rodriguez. And Tony, because we're going rapid fire here. So what number did you have for each of these gentlemen in round 1? And 1 sentence about what they did well, and 1 sentence of what could have been optimized from your perspective. So super fast. The number, 1 sentence positive, 1 sentence optimized.
All right, Jason, I gave him a 5. I think he did well, but he could have, he did well in explaining who he was. And I think he could have done better by really informing him of what his position is and what the possibilities are to grow that, and also give him 2 options as a time for tomorrow instead of leaving it open-ended. Hey, is tomorrow at 2 o'clock good, or is 4 o'clock better? And then with Christopher, again, I gave him, he's like a 4.5 as well. And again, I like that he left a little bit of mystery there, but I felt like I needed to have a little bit more to know just a little bit more about what I was getting into. And again, instead of just 8 a.m., a lot of people aren't going to go with an 8 a.m. that early a start. So again, I would do the same thing. I'd say, hey, is 8 o'clock, is 8 o'clock good for you? Because maybe it's a morning person, or is 10 o'clock better? Always to lock somebody into both of them.
All right, cool. Tiffany, thank you, Tone. Tiffany, what do you got?
Yeah. So, and I'm sorry, I just want to get this right. What was the gentleman's name that went first?
Jason Stone.
Yeah.
Jason. Okay. Perfect. So I'll go with Jason first because that's how I have it in my memory, if that's all right. So Jason did good. I would have given him a 5. He had very good short questions. He did guess in the beginning. And so like we don't go with a guess, but he nailed it. And still Fernando hadn't been there, and there was like too much like I don't know. And he missed the point about the family. He asked, where are you from? And then Fernando said, where am I, or my family? People don't say that. They obviously want to talk about their family. But other than that, he did a really good job with the matching and mirroring of the energy. Their energies are kind of naturally similar anyways. And the flow was beautiful, actually. I thought it went really well. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Tiffany. Jay, what do you got real quick?
So I got a 5 as well for Jason Stone. I would say that where he did well was definitely in the heroic unique identity. I felt a shift when he started to talk about what he does, comfort. And I would say that as for matching and mirroring, he met Fernando where his energy level was, but I felt like he should have taken him up a notch, and he kind of stayed at the same level. And then for Chris, I think his energy is on point with what he was talking about. He was excited, and you could feel that. It overpowered Fernando a little bit, but I think Fernando rose to that. But I think he could have asked more questions. But I love the fact that he felt Fernando. Listen, we can set this up right now. Here, what time? This time or this time?
Cool. And what number did you have?
I had a 6.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let me drop in a couple quick thoughts, right? So I'm going to go to the board, right? So I think the most significant breakthrough in thinking about the ways we divide up communication with people, right, is making sure that we realize that the first stage is about the other person, right? It's about like the other person you, right? In addition, it's making sure that there's absolute love there with integrity, that we care and understand that people want what Oprah Winfrey said is she held the microphone for 30,000 people because she said to them every day, I see you, I hear you, what you say matters to me. So in this initial staging, everything is designed with integrity, because it begins with the unconditional aspect of love, to be I see you, I hear you, what you say matters to me, and then identifying pain, right? Some level of pain. So let's just run through it real quick. Hey, ring, Fernando, pick up. You, me, brother. Say hello. You there, Fernando?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, is Fernando available?
I am Fernando. May I ask who's speaking?
Yeah. Hey, Fernando. My name is Sean. Actually, hey, Fernando. My name is Jason. How are you? Jason Stone.
Got it. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Thank you so much for giving me a call. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, and thanks so much for attending the other night. Really appreciate having you there.
Yes. It was an amazing time. Super grateful to have met some amazing people, and I have to say I'm a little shocked that you followed through and gave me a call. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I don't call everybody, candidly, but we do divide up the room and make calls to certain people that we identify with a particular level of energy. And, you satisfied that criteria, but I'm thanking you for chatting with me for a couple minutes. Do you have like 3 minutes to talk?
That's actually perfect. I wish I didn't have to go quickly. 3 minutes, yes.
Okay. So what I want to do is initially make this all about you. Why'd you come the other night?
I knew that I'm looking for something. I'm still trying to figure out what it is. I wouldn't say I'm completely unhappy with where I am, but I'm definitely not happy. So I'm trying to figure out what's something else that I can be, doing.
Okay. So I'm hearing, what is it that you're doing now, and what are you unhappy with?
Right now, I'm currently in the social media, like branding agency type of space. I work with a couple cool clients, really enjoying it. I just don't foresee it being very sustainable. And honestly, it's just not what I enjoy doing.
Okay. So you're definitely not satisfied with where you are. That's what I'm hearing loud and clear. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Hey, by the way, where are you from originally?
As in, where do I live, or where's my family from?
No, like, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Cliffside Park, New Jersey.
Wow, amazing. And where are you now?
Right now, I am in the Meadowlands area, so it's right outside the city.
Okay, cool. So what keeps you in that region? Like, is that part of your future that you see, or why do you live in that area?
People ask me this all the time, and I laugh because the area really doesn't attract me at all. What attracts me to this area is the fact that my whole family's here. My brother and I, we got a home here a couple years ago, and we all live together, and I wouldn't change that for the world.
You live with your brother, and who else in your family?
I live on the first floor with my parents, and then my brother lives with his wife and 2 kids who are, my best friend and the love of my life, Bella and Michael. And then my brother's mother-in-law lives on the 3rd floor, and we all live here together.
Brother, I know we have a short time, probably got about a minute to go. That is an extraordinary situation, and I'm hearing your heart and love for your extended family, even not just your immediate family. That's a beautiful thing, brother, and I want to acknowledge you for that.
Thank you. It definitely is all one and the same, for sure.
Yeah. So quick question. You have it all your way. You find your space, whatever it is. What are you looking for in the end? Like, what is your life going to stand for?
My life is going to stand for the possibility of being able to help others rewrite their stories. And that can mean a lot of different things. That can mean stepping into their greatness. That can mean deleting things they had learned, unlearned to relearn, and different dynamics of inspiration.
Awesome. So listen, there's some things, you know, I have my I've done $15 million in revenue with my current company. I have 5.4 million followers online. None of that means anything except this. I know how to do something effective to help people connect to the dreams and the space that they want to go to. Does that make sense, Fernando?
Kinda. Do you mind saying it again?
Yeah. So you're in a space right now where you're not getting the things that you want. You're on social media, you're trying to create progress, and there's a gap between where you are and where you want to go. Is that fair?
Yeah, I would agree so.
I'm asking you if you'd like to have an additional conversation so I could show you how some of the things that I'm up to in the world would make sense for you to become a part of to get towards those dreams. I'm not asking you to believe that yet. I'm just asking you to have another conversation when you have a little bit more time so we could show what we're up to.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I would really appreciate it. So what does that look like exactly?
Yeah, well, I know, listen, I know you said you have like very limited time, so I want to honor that. But it looks like it's a phone call, and we can schedule that phone call as soon as you're ready. Are you available tomorrow at 12 o'clock?
I can make that work tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Let's do it.
Yeah, I hear slight hesitancy, like you just got sold something. I just want to double check real quickly. You weren't sold anything, right? You clear on that? Like, I'm here. I haven't said a word about what this is. I'm here because I heard you say you have a vision and a dream, that things aren't exactly going the way. You came to the event. I want to give you what the next step might look like, and it's up to you. No pressure will happen.
Yes, thank you for just bringing that up. It was more just me trying to get my hand on my schedule and figure out if that worked. But I definitely appreciate you being so upfront about it. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock is perfect.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Jason.
Okay. So, Chris, what was present for you and what just happened?
Well, for me, I looked at, you were honest and you built a rapport with him. I didn't feel anything as like that quote unquote, like sales pushiness. You definitely, you identified, his wants, his needs, the importance of what's passionate for him, his family meant a lot for him. I definitely felt his pain and the problem he's at, and he's looking for a solution to, get ahead, want more for himself.
Yeah, awesome. And so, Chris, what we're doing, right, is helping make sure in that first staging of communicate with somebody is that they're clear that they've been heard. And we have elements called acknowledgement and validating, where we're telling people we hear you. So they're left with that imprint of I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. And as soon as we hear in their voice, like Fernando twice was like, I'm not sure what you just said. Like that means he just got nervous because he's feeling like the sales conversation has begun. And so as soon as sales conversation begins, default no becomes in place. Psychological reaction called default no, right? Because we fear failure and rejection. We just do. We all do, right? Whether it's on the football field, in the boardroom, coming home with our significant other, our friends, fear, failure, and rejection. Failure and rejection becomes dynamically in play as soon as people enter the sales space. And here's the interesting part. It becomes dynamically in play both for the person who's selling and for the other person who might be buying. Both begin to fear failure of rejection, both fear failure and rejection simultaneously. So there's disruptive patterns of what we do about that. That's why I reset, change my tonality, change my vocal qualities, change my transference, leaned right in to what he heard to make sure I'm saying certainty and I'm delivering truth to him, which is, listen, he told me he's in pain. I didn't tell him he was in pain. He told me he's not happy where he is. I didn't tell him he wasn't happy where he is. These are his words, cares about his family, aspirational dream set. I'm simply saying, I think I'm Jason Stone. I've got a real opportunity here to do something because, I've done $15 million in sales here. I have 5.4 million followers. There's things I could teach this man through the mechanism I'm going to present. So I feel in total integrity that he is better with me than not with me. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Jason, any thoughts on that little example?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely much better when I'm like in action. This whole role playing would caught me a little off guard. It's the first time I've ever done it.
Same.
And I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I know how to do this, and I've done it before. I've used the formula.
No, Jason, obviously, since you've done $15 million in business, you obviously have. But I don't know, Chris, like when you miss the tackle in like the tackling drill, you turn to the coach and go, I'm much better during the game than I am in practice, coach. Just give me a chance.
Yeah.
I'm busted.
Oh man,
Performance anxiety.
for real.
All right, so Jason, round two.
All right.
Now it's time. Now you're having the conversation, and you're going to share who you are. We're going to go 3 minutes. Who you are, why it would make sense for him to like step in and do the business with you, and reach an agreement on him moving into the business. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first again.
All right, Fernando, take it away.
All right, so we got 3 minutes. I watched the video, and this is our follow-up call, and you're calling me. Go.
So, hey, Fernando, I'm just following up with you. I sent you a presentation yesterday. I wanted to see if you watched it and went through, and if you had any questions. Actually, let me know what you like best about it.
You know, it was definitely interesting. I do believe that, you know, Forex and stocks and crypto are a way of the future. You know, if I can be totally honest, I just, you know, someone in my family got really burnt in this whole MLM type pyramid scheme-ish type of things. And I'm just a little worried of like ever trying anything like that.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people felt the same way. I felt the same way when I first started. I was a hater of these type of businesses. I was uneducated of how these type of businesses work. And I found out when I got educated that the network marketing industry tied behind great products and services is a great way for the company to market their products and service to the masses. And what's really cool about this company is not only are they have 3 online academies, the future and the vision of the company is so big right now. And this is why I'm super excited about what we got going on here, is they're going into the information product world. Now, what does that mean? So they sell online academies. You can teach you Forex and crypto and stocks. Yes, not everybody wants to trade online. So what if I told you there's another way that we can help you generate revenue in this business?
Yeah. What would that look like exactly?
So e-commerce. Have you ever bought anything online?
Yeah, I just ordered my girlfriend's gift from Amazon yesterday.
Good. What if you were the actual merchant of that Amazon product on Amazon, or a Shopify store, or your own website, or even eBay?
And when you say merchant, you mean?
You were the seller of the product. You were running an e-commerce business.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Would that be cool to own your own e-commerce business one day? I've been in the e-commerce business for 16 years with my business, Treadstone Performance Engineering. We do millions of dollars in sales every year, and I've been in e-commerce. And this is why I'm so excited about what's going on here. They are launching a brand new product. It's called ECX, where they're teaching entrepreneurs with very little to no startup capital to get started in e-commerce and build their first online store. Would that interest you?
Yeah, you know, I totally didn't see that coming. But I guess it's way more interesting than stocks and Forex and things. I would say that's definitely a lot more interesting. Is it still like MLM based, or are you saying it's not MLM based?
Yes. What is your, do you have any knowledge of the MLM or network marketing industry?
Honestly, I don't. All I know is that like Amway is terrible and that everyone should stay away from it. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just kind of, you know, words on the street.
Yes. And that is the stigma we have grown to realize, that place in our subconscious mind is MLM is bad. Network marketing is bad. Well, I believe network marketing is the business of the 21st century. Why? Because it allows a company to sell their products and services through people. And you know the best form of advertising is, right?
No.
It's word of mouth. So word of mouth marketing converts 5 times better than any advertisement that you could see online on a billboard or a magazine.
Understood.
So what I'm saying is the network marketing industry as a whole has gotten a lot better regarding company structure and how they structure these companies to bring products and services to the masses.
Yeah, got it. And listen, I'm definitely curious. I'm continuing to learn. Unfortunately, I got to run. So what would be the next step? Is there like some information you can send me on this e-commerce thing so I can kind of look at it, or?
Yeah, so I'd love to share more information and go through an online presentation. Do you, when is your schedule free tomorrow?
I can make 2:30 available.
2:30 available. All right, I'm going to call you at 2:30, and we're going to get an online presentation where I can give you an actual presentation of what exactly it is, what you do in this company, and then you can answer any questions that you have at that time. Does that sound good?
Awesome. Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Awesome. Look forward to
Thank
speaking with you tomorrow.
Excellent job, Jason. How'd you feel that time?
I definitely felt better because I know I'm pitching the product and I know how to pitch it very well. I mean, I think I pitch it well. The the first time around, I was actually trying to like look at the formula in my notes and like try to follow, and that just messes me up. Like I shouldn't be looking at any damn notes in the formula. I'm trying to follow the formula.
Yeah, brother, listen, Jason, I agree completely. And so what it's about is about advancing over time. Like, do I seem fluid in my communication?
Very.
Yeah. So, and that's been, and it's not here's the key distinction, right? For everybody, it's 4 steps, but there's 10 indispensable elements. And the indispensable elements are every bit as important as the steps. That's why they're indispensable. So it's a conditioned pattern over time. And, for Jason and Chris, anybody athletic out there, my sophomore year at Columbia, my hitting coach worked with me to change my swing. I batted .350 as a freshman. I was runner-up for Ivy League Rookie of the Year to Doug Glanville, right, who would later be a big leaguer. And I came back sophomore. I batted leadoff in every single game. I batted leadoff or third in every single game. So that meant I was like a major, big-time player, okay? My sophomore year, I come back, and I have a new hitting instructor. He decides he wants to change certain aspects about how I load in my swing, right? And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Right? I end up my sophomore year because I get in my own head, and I'm not receiving the information. I'm resisting. I end up batting. It's a true story. I go 1 for 17 to start my sophomore year, blaming the coach, grumbling the entire way, playing myself out of the lineup. And you can look. You probably look these numbers up online. I hit 135 from my sophomore season at Columbia. Played myself out of the lineup and thought my career was over. I have an amazing emotional comeback story with a disabled kid across the street who disrupted my world. When I went home and changed my mindset, I came back, and with 9 games to go in my junior year, I was batting .467, number 9 hitter, Division I in the country, applying all the things that coach had taught me, right? So sometimes there's a mechanical unwinding a little bit that creates an unlocking of massive acceleration and mastery. Mm-hmm. So I just share that. Dude, you're awesome, amazing. I'm so thankful that you're even here, right? And I mean that with all my heart, brother. You have everything going in the world, and you're an incredible influencer, obviously already. And in the space of aligning people behind your mission, a couple micro distinctions, and your already insane success even becomes more insane. So I'm so thankful for your vulnerability and being here, though. Jason, thank you.
Thank you for having me, and I would love to actually master the formula. I mean, this whole role playing is something that we want to do more with our team because it really does help. Like the role playing that we did last week on the call, everybody loved it. We got to do more of it, and I believe the sales formula that you have is probably will be the best sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you, brother. And so real quick roundup. Have your scores written down. We won't go through them yet for the sake of time. Chris is going to go get a few more distinctions. Tell us in the chat what you liked about what Jason did, maybe an access for growth, giving some love to these amazing people as well. Fernando, you got Chris. 3 minutes, go.
All right, let's do it, Torrillo. So give me a call. I watched the presentation. We're following up. We got 3 minutes. Go.
Gotcha. Ring, 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 ring.
Hey, what's happening, Torrillo?
Fernando, what's going on? It's me, Christopher Torrillo. Falling back with you.
Yeah, man. I'm doing well. I watched the presentation, and I've been looking forward to the call.
Perfect. Listen, let me ask you, what was the most exciting thing you saw on the video?
It was interesting. I definitely like the idea of being able to learn a skill like trading. I'm a little, if I'm being totally honest, I'm a little taken aback of this whole MLM thing. I didn't know it was the same thing. I've just heard so many bad things about it. But obviously, you're a trustworthy guy, so I trust you. So that's kind of where I'm at.
No, for one, I respect your honesty. What you liked about it was the same thing that I did. The fact that I could learn a skill set, a real true skill set for me that can really change the outcome of my life. But one of the things I really want to clarify with you, our company is not an MLM company. It is an educational based company that does offer an affiliate, but that's up to you to really to decide if you choose to do that. You know, one of the things I really want you to know, Fernando, is, you know, our company is not just some startup. It's been around, it's going into our 7th year in July. You know, this company has grown. I've been a part of this personally for over 2.5 years. So I've seen the growth myself. When I joined, we had about 60,000 members. Now we're about 120,000. But the best thing I love about this is out of those 120,000, Fernando, 90% are just customers. The other 10, 50% have that option if they want to share it as an affiliate. So that's really up to you. But the beauty is that you said that you love the learning, the skill set. And again, that's why I decided to join this.
All right, right on. So pretty much what I'm hearing is that I can learn and I don't have to do the MLM. It sounds interesting, but it's not, you know, it's not and, it's or. I can do this or that, correct?
Correct, 100%. That's really your option. You know, the main thing is, you know, that everybody joins my organization. I want them first to learn the skill set, because I really want to focus on more financial literacy, because that's something really not taught in our school systems. So these are the things that I really want to educate people on, is that. So yes, you do have the option if you want to share to build it. Now, me personally, I do, because I see the benefits of passive income. So I leverage my passive income because I could put that to grow my capital in my trading account, but also I can use that residual income weekly to build and get involved into other assets. You know, we just added on, you know, e-commerce academy. So this is something, again, you can leverage the residual income to get into the space of e-commerce academy. Again, another form of passive income. So these are the things that really attracted me. Plus you have options. We have 3 different academies to learn either, you know, Forex. We have digital cryptocurrency. We also have high frequency, which is called binary options. So you really can design this, honestly, Fernando, whatever your need is and what direction you want to go to learn this skill set, what you really mentioned, what you know, was attracted to you.
Yeah, right on. So, wow, this is definitely more multifaceted than I thought. And that's exciting that they're adding something like e-commerce. I've heard about it. I see, you know, a bunch of people on social media doing it. And this is all in one place, you're saying?
All in one place. And like I said, when I joined 2.5 years ago, this company is very similar, you know, to Apple, where Apple, people think it's known as just the iPhone or the watch. This company is more about innovation. You know, when I started, Fernando, the videos that you saw the different 12 products. We only had 1. So this company has really grown, you know, and evolved, more innovation. Like I said, we just added on our e-commerce. I know you very well, you follow Bob Proctor. We just added Bob Proctor onto our platform. The next future thing we have going on is we're gonna get involved in the stocks. So this company is gonna really occupy all 3 of the financial markets. So it's something very exciting to me. I definitely hear in your voice that you're excited, the fact you can learn the skill set. And again, really, it's really what you designed to do if you want to get into the building of the network marketing space, or just completely focus on the skill set.
Right on, brother. And listen, I wish I didn't have to go. I got about like 30 more seconds. Just so what do we do next now?
Perfect. Listen, let's do this tomorrow. I have availability between 2 to 4, 6 to 7, and 9 to 10. Which call can really work for you? Because I would love to show you the back office so you really see the value of this platform in detail.
Yeah, you know what? 2:30 sounds perfect.
Perfect. Listen, I will send you the link tomorrow for my Zoom, and let's get on the live chat and then go from there.
You got it. Thank you, Torrillo.
You're welcome. See you tomorrow.
Torrillo, Christopher Torrillo, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome job, Chris. Chris, how'd you feel?
Like me.
Awesome. All right, so we're gonna come. So are you open, as Jason said, to a little bit of feedback that might unlock a couple of things?
Okay.
Would you like to take your 4.3940 down to 4.18? If I could take it from 4.39 to 4.18, would that be valuable for you?
You're damn right.
Let's go down to 4.18.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so here we go. So real quick roundup. Yep, so quick roundup. And again, 15 seconds. Just score and let's do it this way, Tony. Tony, 1 word on Jason's rounded presentation. 1 word about what was positive. Just 1 word.
Confident and informative. I'll give you 2.
Okay, and then a growth opportunity. 1 word.
I took so many notes. Can I just, 1 short sentence?
Yeah.
Is don't try to read to follow along. Go from your heart. You know, Tony Robbins says, when you're in your head, you're dead. When you're in your heart, you're smart. So you're confident in it. Just that's where the power of role play is, because then you don't have to look at any notes. You've just got it in your heart. and you already know what it is you're selling. Like Chris said, you said, how do you feel? He said, like me, because he owns it and it's just coming from the heart. So,
All right. So quick feedback for, because we're trying to round this home. Quick, Tom. What do you, feedback for Chris? One word in his positive. Give me one positive word about Chris.
again, established rapport right up front. I like the 3 options of time. That was great. You took the coaching perfectly.
Growth, how about this? Opportunity for growth. Positive opportunity for growth. What would it be? One sentence.
Like stronger rapport and connection right in the beginning. He did it, but it took a little bit, took a minute, but he moved right into it. So I think it was great.
All right. Score for Jason, score for Chris. What do you got?
Jason, I'm going to give him a 9, and Chris, you're right on his heels. Like 8.75.
All right.
All right. I'll be off the hip. I'll play off the hip.
Come in.
Thank you, Tom. All right. So what do we got? Tiffany, real quick. One word for Jason on the positive side.
Yeah. Questions. Beautiful.
Okay. And one word for growth possibility.
Same thing. You were jumping a lot. Head, heart, head, heart, head, heart, and I felt you could have been more in your heart.
Okay. And then how about for Chris? Positive word.
Chris, positive word.
First word.
Confident. Confident.
Growth opportunity. One word.
Talk too fast.
Okay.
Sorry.
So speed, right? So about this. Thank you. And scores. Score for Jason, score for Chris.
Jason's score, I gave him an 8.5, and Chris' score, I gave him an 8.
Okay, awesome. Then we have Jay Levine. Jay, one word. We'll start with Chris this time. One word for Chris in the positive.
Zeused up.
Zeused up on the opportunity for growth. One word.
Opportunity for growth. More questions.
Okay. And how about for Jason? Positive side. One word. First word.
Positive was question.
Okay. And opportunity for growth.
It's not one word, but he could have stepped into Fernando's nonverbal communication when he talked about it. I felt like an uncomfort from Fernando. He could have stepped in.
Okay. And scores.
Scores for Jason 8.5 and Chris 8.7.
All right. Look at this. We got it. We got a battle. This is awesome. All right.
Oh shit.
It's close. It's close.
Let me jump in real quick. For everybody, let's watch what might be an access point. I'm gonna be Jason in this round real quick. So Fernando, give me a ring hello.
Hey, what's happening, Jason?
Hey, Fernando, thanks so much. How'd you like? What'd you like best about the video you watched?
I like that it covered a lot of different structures like stocks and forex, and if I'm being totally honest, I was just a little taken aback at the idea of MLM. I've just heard really bad things about it. I like the idea of learning something, but just doing MLM just doesn't kind of sit right with me.
And by the way, thank you for that feedback. You have about 3 minutes, you said, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So tell me what MLM means to you.
Taking advantage of other people where only a few people win.
Amazing. And you do live in America, right?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Can you explain to me how you think capitalism works? And by the way, I really mean this. Like, this is not like an argumentative question. I want to see what your thinking is, because I get it. And lots of people say these things about MLM, right? Like, for sure. And it's very understandable, but I'm just curious of what you think about a capitalist structure. Like, what does capitalism mean to you?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. What do you do now?
Right now, I'm in the branding agency space.
Okay. Are there any advertising agencies that you've ever heard of? Like big companies that have hundreds of people, doing
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Would you like to build a company with 100 people working under you in your social media company?
Yeah, that's the goal, 100%.
Okay. How, and I'm just totally curious, what do you think would be more unfair to people if they were your employee working for you with no upside, or they were an MLM working with you where they could even make more than you? Which structure do you think is more fair?
No, I never really thought of it that way. Definitely, I'd rather have my team work with me. And if they earn it, they earn it. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
So what do you think it is that people go to work every day and work for people, tell them what time to come in, what time to leave, and give them a paycheck? Where did you hear this about MLM? Was it, who told you this?
you know, someone in my family just had a really bad experience with it, and it just became really taboo.
Yeah, I know we only have about a minute and a half to go, but super curious. What was the bad experience? Do you know?
You know, he spent a bunch of money. They made him all these fake promises, and just nothing came out of it besides my brother losing some money.
Okay. And you know how much money he lost?
I think it was about maybe 2,500.
Got it. Okay. And could I ask this question? I know it's a little personal. How much does your brother make in terms of his income at this point?
You know, he's doing fairly well, definitely in the mid six figures.
Okay, very cool. And is he?
Yeah, this was.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this was just when he was much younger. So he's much older than now, but since then it just always was a taboo thing.
Okay, cool. And in the work that he's doing in the world, right? The work that he's doing in the world, is he completely happy and satisfied?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay, so let's come back to that. But so my simple question in the last 30 seconds for you is, I helped generate $15 million in revenue for people. And the people who help create that have a very specific, there's no fake promises. It is very specific return on that money. If they do X, Y, Z, they get paid ABC. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And the work in a traditional company, nothing wrong with it. There's no promise of like what you get for what you do. You get a salary, but you can create 10 times the value and you don't share in that. You get that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not questioning it, but really here's the question for you. Do you want somebody else to tell you what you can earn, or do you want to decide what you earn? That's the fundamental question. First question about network marketing. Which person are you?
Yeah, I definitely don't want anyone telling me what time I get to be there in the morning. That's for sure.
Then the secondary question is, who do you work with? Okay. And I got last 15 seconds. I've generated $15 million, right, in revenue through this business. Most people in MLM can't say that. So it's really two questions. It's not the MLM model. It's who you work with. Because you already chose the MLM model 5 seconds ago. Does that resonate?
Yeah, that does.
Okay. So if you do what you're supposed to do, I'm going to be truthful. You don't work, you ain't going to make any money. You let your fear get to you, you will fail. Is that who you are?
Damn, no way.
Okay. And respect to your brother. Either he didn't have the right person teaching him, or he didn't do the work. Is that possible?
You know, sounds probable. Definitely something I'd like to ask him deeper on now. But what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So here's the bottom line, because, and I mean this sincerely, I told you that I only call a few people, and but I have a list of people from different events that we've identified. We've identified you. This is not fake scarcity. This is not me trying to pressure you, but I don't chase anybody, right? 15 million in business, 5.4 million followers. And brother, I want to work with people with a millionaire minds and help create them into millionaires. I ain't telling you to be a millionaire unless you do everything you're supposed to do. I'll tell you, I'll make you a bet. You can't tell me a better option and path to get there than working with me. Do you have one?
I do not.
Okay, so then let's do this. You're better with me than without me. Let's do this. What do you say?
Everything in me wants to say no, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Let's do it.
Your fear of failure, rejection, what everybody else is going to tell you, it's totally normal. Everybody experiences it. On the other side of that is everything you dream about. That's what's up.
Right on, Sean. Let's make it happen.
Okay, quick roundup. Scores. Jay, what do you give me?
9.9.
Tiffany.
9.99.
Tony.
10, baby, 10.
Okay. Chris, what do you give me? All
No, the same.
right, Jason.
10, like Tony.
Yeah, 10 for sure.
Okay, here's the deal. It's a formula. Here's the deal. Power questions to create scotomas. And we're going to wrap this up in 2 minutes. The power of questions creates scotomas. People have no idea what they're talking about. Their objections are preconditioned responses built on fear of failure, fear of rejection. They have no idea what they're talking about. None of it makes any sense. Fernando, did you feel the scotoma? Scotoma is a blank spot in neuropsychology where it disrupts what they're thinking. Like people come from knowing this and they're like, what's happening? Chris, truth right now. Have I created during this hour together a little bit of a scotoma for you? Is this also some of your knowingness around what I'm talking about? Yes or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that's on purpose. It is mastering first the ability to create scotoma and integrity so then you can open their teaching, right? Dude, Jason, I want to learn from you how you create 5.4 million followers online. Disrupting people's knowingness, opening their listening, showing your unique identity, solving it while maintaining the 10 indispensable elements. Chris, final from you, brother. How was this experience today? If you give a 10-second takeaway on just like what was the experience like?
No, for one, it was it's getting out of your comfort zone, like doing actual live role playing. You know, I'm like Jason. Sometimes when I'm in the action, it's just like things just kind of flow. But I like it because, you know, being under pressure is only making me get better, you know, at this because, I appreciate the time because, you know, I'm also a student, and to me, any positive critique only really not only helps me, it can help my team.
Can I tell you? Here's a drop the mic lightning bolt for you. You are powerful, and you can overpower so many people. Coach Slazak, I wrestled for the winningest wrestling coach in the history of the state of New Jersey, Stan Woods, and the assistant coach, Coach Dennis Slazak, was also my high school freshman football coach. He told me this: you can get away with that shit in the practice room and beat his ass. You're never going to beat somebody at the highest level wrestling that way. You can't get away with those moves, right? So what I'm telling you right now is that what you can overpower people left and right because you are powerful, you're articulate, you have incredible emotional energy to transference, you're a good-looking, charismatic person. I can't even see you, but I can tell that from the way you carry yourself, right? So, right, that just resonates. When you're talking about wanting to bring lawyers, accountants, I mean, home run hitting successful people into this business with you guys, which they belong in, right? It's going to be answering the power of questions, patience, and letting their objections collapse upon themselves, letting them see what they're not seeing, a little bit more patience and less 3840, and get you down to 4.1840.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Jason, brother, how was the experience?
Definitely a great experience. I mean, I realized that, and I know this, but the science of selling is like, we talk about the product so much when you're really supposed to just talk about, like, the dreams, the goals, the ambitions, your why, your goal, and painting the picture and the visualization. And I saw that you did that and you really didn't touch on the product. And I've said this before, like, the product doesn't matter. It's only 10% of your sales pitch, right?
Yeah. And Jason, dude, you're you. These people want to be on your team. Ask them questions, help them see it. Be patient. Like, dude, you have massive credibility. Let them see the privilege, blessing, and opportunity in love, like in appropriate loving scarcity of working with you. And that's what you're selling. The company, the details, the whatever. I agree, it sounds great. But it's better to work and learn from you guys, both of you. Remarkable. Cool?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Listen, want to thank Fernando. Any final from you?
No, I believe we hit it all. I have some notes, but I'd like you to take them.
Tony. Thank you,
brother.
sir. Tony Rodriguez, Jay Levine, Tiffany Armstrong. Thank you for being judges today. You did a remarkable job. And thank you, Chris Torrillo, Jason Stone, rock stars out there in the world, making things happen, breaking down barriers and obstacles, creating new access in the real raw role play. Thank you, everybody. See you on the huddle tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Bye, guys.